starting. First, we've got our few announcements. So we have our old school favorites calendar. So if you haven't been logging in, if you haven't been in the game for a while, this started on January 13th, but it's going to go all the way till February 13th. So you want to be able to jump on in. Finn, to go ahead and throw that up on the next slide here. You'll be able to get free champions, including Hulk, Iron Man, and Stark Spidey. I know some of you already got this, but this will be going till February 13th. So if you log in now, it's going to be 7 days. You get all the stuff in there, and it is good stuff.
Absolutely. And you know, if you haven't logged in for a while, you can still do that. If you have been logging in every day, you already have this completed, and you might be saying to yourself, Hulk, Iron Man, I don't need those guys if you haven't played this game for a while. Well, guess what? You might want to give it another shot because they got a little bit of a facelift and they're pretty darn good now. And Stark Spidey is always great. So if you haven't played for a while, log in, get those free champs.
In celebration of the release of Captain America Brave New World, make sure to log in between February 14th and March 31st, and you can pick up even more champions and more goodies. And what you got here is your chance to get, I'll give you 2 guesses of what champions are in that calendar.
If I had to guess, I would probably have to go with Captain America Sam Wilson and somebody red, looking like a Hulk. Maybe Red Hulk?
Yeah, I read what you were doing there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
that's looking pretty good.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, that's good. We can just move right on there. So yeah, make sure you're logging in. It's a 7-day calendar, just like the last one, and that will be going February 14th all the way to March 31st. And that first day is quite lovely, I will say. All right, now moving on. We've got some new quests going on here. We have our event quest.
All right, so as always, each month you can expect the event quest. Let's break it down. In a world of constant chatter, communication, updates, notifications, and more, it's odd to find a moment of silence. What's even more concerning is when that silence is surrounding the Avengers Tower. Eli Bradley and Joaquin Torres, aka Patriot and Falcon, will need to investigate. However, they'll be facing off against friends and foes alike as Arnim Zola breaks the calm with reveals of his villainous plots. Will the team be able to take in the whole picture? Or will they be blinded by the sinister science of Zola? This event quest launches on February 5th and runs until March 5th. And keep in mind, if you're a Valiant player, exploring the new event quest and completing the Paragon Gauntlet will be a big source of refined experience points as you're on your journey up to level 70.
Now, moving on, looks like we are in the champion section.
Oh,
and
I'm
excited. Am so excited, and I just can't hide it. I know. Pop up that first deep dive.
To begin, block and strike the opponent to build your charges and push them back toward the wall. Focus on baiting heavies, and then, once they're almost at 2 bars of power, launch your special 1 to gain your Energize, Fury, and inflict your special 1 lock. Bait the opponent's special 2 while they're near the wall. Then, parry above 20 charges to inflict Sleep, and start chaining your heavy attacks. While performing your heavies, your disintegration debuffs will be paused, and once the opponent just about reaches 2 bars, launch your special attack to explode them and burst the opponent down. And if they aren't already wiped out, just repeat the process until they are. Now, if you're up against an opponent with a scary or unblockable special 2, you might want to choose the special 2 lock pre-fight instead to lock things down and make sure Zola's always in control. And don't forget, if you don't choose any of them, that cowardice on the opponent makes him very tanky when baiting the opponent's special attacks. And hey, if you happen to mess up, and trust me, we've all been there, Arnim Zola's got your back with that self-repair passive on his special 3 that regenerates 100% of missing health each time you use it. And not to mention, he'll also break the opponent's armor. But don't go too crazy, cause each time you use this, that regen will take a lot longer to tick all the way to the top. To begin, parry the opponent and perform light-ending combos to stack on your 2 debilitate debuffs and start building your velocity charges. Bait a special while in defensive instinct to reapply your slow and shift to aggressive instinct. At this point, you can start inflicting your trauma. You can perform a second medium to switch back to defensive before baiting another special. And once you reach 10 velocity, use your special 2 to activate peak performance, combining both of your instincts. From here, stay aggressive and stack on all your trauma debuffs. And keep in mind, you can pause them one time between each special by dexing an attack. And once all your debuffs are built up, use your special 1 to gain your fury and burst the opponent down with your max stack of trauma. Keep in mind, his easy access to slow allows him to take care of those pesky evaders with ease. And his regen from specials combined with that bulwark passive and special weakness debuff makes him pretty tanky when you want to stay close and aggressive. And hey, those debilitate debuffs might come in handy if you find yourself fighting against any mystic champions who like to enchant you with their spells. Just remember, they max out at 2, so make sure Red Wing keeps that fight on lockdown.
I'll tell you exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 7-star Luke Cage.
Nah. What do you guys think? What do you guys in the chat think? What do you think? 7-star Luke Cage? Yes or no? What do we got? What do we got? They're saying it's rigged. Is it rigged? No, I don't think so. It's all right.
How about that, buddy? How about that, buddy?
There's no way you knew that. There's no way that you knew that.
What just happened then?
There's no way you knew that.
What just happened then,
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, why don't you tell everybody how you knew it? If you knew that, why don't you just tell everybody?
I'll tell you what, Dave. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Premium Crystals Parade. So, I think we have a clip here outlining what just happened. So, look at this over here. For featured Valiant Crystals, we got guaranteed 7-star champion in 11 crystals. Let's go for a 10 pop here, and look at that. No 7 stars, right? But that's okay. We're going to spin out another one with 1 crystal remaining. We are guaranteed a 7-star champion. And check it out. On the spinner, here comes a 7-star version of Symbiote Supreme. That is right. Every 30 crystals in this system is guaranteed to give you 1 7-star. Every 5 crystals is guaranteed a 6-star. Every 200 is guaranteed to get you the featured 7-star crystal. You can track your progress in the tab, okay? And this will carry over from featured Valiant Crystal to featured Valiant Crystal. Tell us a little more about it.
Yeah, man. So let's pop up that item on the screen just so we can support our content creators, and it's just a little bit easier for everybody to follow.
Absolutely.
So targeting your champion has never been easier, right? But I think there are a few caveats to clear up here first, right? So every 30 crystals is a 7-star. Sounds like it's a guarantee that every 30 is going to happen, right? But let's say you open 5
and you get a 7-star.
And you get a 7-star,
that
right?
That 30 is going to reset.
Right. The 30 resets. And then you start again. So this is more so like, hey, if you've gone 10 and then you buy another, and if you're anything like me, you're like, you know what, I'm just going to buy another 10 because, I like, pain and anguish.
Absolutely.
I'll just buy another 10. But on that 30th, you will get that 7-star, right? Mm-hmm. Also, every 5, you get that 6-star. But this stretches beyond that. It goes even further because as a Paragon, you can do this too. It's just that it's just a little bit different. So every 60 will be a 7-star, and also every 10 will be a 6-star, right? So 60 for 7-star, 10 for 6-star. And also our Paragon crystals have expanded not only to Thronebreaker, but also
to Cavalier.
So that's
a lot of fun. Now, one thing to note, of course, that we are going to be testing this out first with a limited pool of Luke Cage, Nova, and Hood. 3 separate pools, but like we said, that carries over from pool to pool. So if you're one of those people who open up those featured Valiant crystals every single time, like myself, and never get the featured 7-star, well, eventually the pity system will show some mercy.
Yeah, yep. So let's like clear this up a little bit, right? So when you're chasing the featured 7-star, right?
Yes.
And you're just like 1 away, and you're like, you know what? I saw on the wonderful deep dives, and I saw on the great live stream what's coming next. You can just wait and be like, you know what?
Yes.
I'm definitely getting that. Like, I know for a fact I'm getting that champion.
And that's something that's very exciting to me personally, especially if you're looking to chase a particular champion.
Yeah, I'm liking it. So you can keep an eye out for this. It's coming very soon. Look at our channels on forums, on Discord, our socials. We'll be announcing it. It's going to be coming out very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Exciting stuff.
Most important, make sure you give us feedback. We're going to be opening up channels on the forums and on Discord as well. So keep an eye out for that. Let us know what you think about it before you see it, and then let us know what you think about it once it's in game. Let us know if you love it, if you don't love it. It's all in testing right now. So,
and that's why we're starting out with the limited 3 pools: Hood, Luke Cage, and Nova.
Exactly. All right, coming up next, we've got our Valentine's Day sale coming up.
That's right.
Yeah, we got some new offers. We've got a Love and War box. Yeah, and this should look familiar to you if you've jumped in on the Glorious Guardians Banquet box that we had during Banquet. It's very similar. And
look at that champion pool. I am very excited about all of these champions in the Valentine's Day sale. So we have a first appearance of She-Hulk,
Yep.
a first appearance of Iceman
Yep.
as a 7-star,
Yep.
the first opportunity to naturally dupe 7-star Gwenpool, and hey, if you haven't gotten lucky and gotten that Ultron from Raids yet, or if you have and you want to dupe, you can get Ultron as well. On top of that, there's also...
Wait. You said Iceman?
I did say Iceman.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool.
Okay.
All right, chill out, man. So, on top of that, we also have Longshot making an appearance over from Omega Days, and Superior Iron Man, who is a very strong champion as well.
Yep, and on top of that, we've got 7-star Awakening gems coming on in.
Absolutely.
We've got 2 to 3 rank up gems coming on in. And that's actually really good because if one of the things that I needed in order to become Valiant, I don't know if I told you I got Valiant. Did I mention that? Oh, I mentioned it like once or twice.
Times.
Yeah. Getting a rank 3 7-star is one of the things you need to do in order to do that. So this is just another avenue in order to do that.
Absolutely. Now, on top of that, for these events, right, if you're going to be engaging with it, I do always recommend you do it through the web store, because on the web store there is also a milestone track that has items like a Titan Nexus Crystal, all of the Romance 2 to 3 gems, a Romance Awakening gem as well.
Yep.
Plus some more keys to get these 7-star champions from the Love and War box.
That's right.
And on top of all of that, in traditional Valentine's Day MCOC style, we have the Romance style Revive and health potions that everybody always seems to enjoy.
That's right. And also, we mentioned promo codes. Like, we're not doing it on this live stream because it is in the Twitch drops, but make sure you keep an eye out for your favorite creators out there, because we are going to be giving them an exclusive promo code that only they will have, and that is how you're going to get some pretty great stuff. Are we allowed to say what the stuff is that we're... No, I'm just going to leave it as a surprise.
Just keep it a surprise.
Keep it a surprise.
Just make sure you stay tuned and keep those eyes on those MCOC creators.
That's right. That's just like the surprise that's in the box here.
I really want to know what's in that box.
You're going to see what's in the box. We're going to get to the box. All right, next up we have a quick update on our Summoner Sigil. We are hitting Summoner Sigil, just launching. It's 2.0, just launched. So if you haven't jumped on it yet, make sure that you do that. It is our brand new subscription service, and you don't have to go in and manually do all of the renewals and all that stuff. It's just going to be happening automatically, which is great. There's more value, and of course you can purchase it on the Summoners Market, which is where the value is at. You can't forget about the Summoners Market, so jump in there and check that out. And also,
on top of that, the Sigil did just launch. There has been lots of feedback. We have been reading all of the feedback, and we're taking some of that to heart. We are making some changes with the Sigil already. Not launching right away, but you can expect it sometime very soon. Not going to give an exact date because we still have to build it out, of course. But in the weekly package, we're going to be adding in some of those Sigil potions, plus some of those War and Champion boosts. And we're going to be bringing back the featured 6-star crystal in the Black Ice Market for a discounted amount of shards. and you've designed a lot of them. Now, I do believe your unofficial title here is Kevin the Pain Designer.
Yes.
Right? So we've had our Pain Quest for quite a while now. It's been many years we've been doing this, and you've designed many of these fights.
Yep.
Many of them I've had a great time with. Many of them have made me send you very angry PMs. Sorry about those. So what would be some of your favorite fights in this one that you've designed?
From this one, I think one of the favorite ones I did was back, I think it was Spring of Sorrow. It would have been the Iron Fist fight.
Oh, yeah.
It was just, really fun to take a character who, I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, does not have much going on for him in his kit, and really try to boil it down to kind of feeling like this almost like martial arts fight where, like debuffs and buffs were not allowed. It was a lot of, just playing into like the raw skill of the game, really, and playing around the nodes in that regard. So that one was really fun to kind of bring out the theme of just like sort of a martial arts fight.
Yeah, I remember that had the inexorable as
Yes.
well in that one, right? Yeah, that was a fun fight.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy the fights that you go in and they seem impossible at first, right? And that's one of those where you're like, what is this? No buffs, no debuffs. He's just smashing me with these specials. It's like the inexorable, I can't move him back. And then you keep trying it and you keep trying it, and eventually you're like, this is one of the coolest fights I've ever done. So I love that. That is so much fun.
Yeah, and once you actually beat them, then you get like the rest of the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that look like? Are we ready to talk about that?
Sure.
All right, so obviously this is a tough quest. We got a lot of fights. We got Ares. Let's look at the rewards here.
All right.
Okay?
Roll it.
I think we have a panel for the rewards.
We had something for that. There we go.
There
we go.
All right, so for completion, one path of this quest, you're going to be getting a 2 to 3 rank up gem, tier 4 alpha, 3 of them, 4 of them, I believe actually, a bunch of tier 4 alpha, regardless, a Titan crystal, experience points, tokens, a special title, and a tier 7 basic catalyst. That's for one run. But if you do all 6, if you go for the exploration, you'll be getting a rank 3 to 4 rank up gem crystal. So for the majority of the player base, this will be your first opportunity to get your first rank 4. Also, there's a Titan Nexus, a 7-star 1 of 5 Nexus crystal, a 7-star generic Awakening Gem crystal, along with a profile picture and some experience points tokens. One thing I do have to call out here is that tier 7 basic in completion, if you engaged in Banquet a little bit and did the Karina's challenges for the 10th anniversary, you could potentially have 2 rank 4s on day 1. So that first rank 4, if you have somebody in mind that you really want to tank up, but there's that random gem in exploration, you can kind of go with your favorite first.
Well, through my lens, I'm looking at that completion rewards, right? Completion rewards has another 2 to 3 gem. Because I don't know if I told you, but recently I just became Valiant.
Get out of town.
Yeah,
Did you really?
I don't know if I'd mentioned that.
This is the first time I'm hearing that.
I'm just letting everybody know that if you're looking to become Valiant, right, there is yet another avenue for you to get a rank 2 to 3 gem.
And there's some tier 4 alpha in there as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Tier 4, 3 of them.
On top of that, as well, on top of the great completion and exploration rewards, there are 6 paths. That means there are 6 chests.
Yes.
Right? So these chests are really fun. They're class-based. You get a 7-star class hero crystal, 4 tier 6 class catalysts. You get a 7-star 1 to 2 class gem, 50 class signature stones, and 2,000 awakening gem shards, which is going to put you just a little bit over, forming another random awakening gem. So the overall exploration of this is very, very juicy, generic and random gem, 3 to 4 rank up gem, Titan Nexus, 7-star Nexus. How exciting.
What is in the box?
What is in the box? Let's see. Oh, actually, first, we should probably go through a list of items with our Summoner's Choice. So, as you know, we ran Summoner's Choice 2025 just a few weeks ago. We had a new way to vote, so you were able to get your ballot, you picked your champion, and then you stuck with it, and then you strengthened that vote. And then you were able to get a few extra votes when you went to the Summoner's Market, where all the extra value is, by the way, that we've been talking about today. And we were able to whittle things down. So can we have a look at our champions that we had here? Right,
So round 1, we had Daredevil Electra,
Yep.
Echo, Hunter's Moon,
Yep.
Hellcat, The Shroud, Mr. Knight, Power Man, and Colleen Wing.
That's right. And you know what? I would say that the winner, if you were to pick from this list, I would say it's completely like just shrouded in mystery.
Oh.
So, you ready?
I want to know what's in the box. Oh Oh my God! The winner of Summoner's Choice 2020-25
Toss it to Fenton. Give it to Fenton. Mr. Knight.
Coming in with 58% of the vote. Stay tuned for the developments about Mr. Knight. How exciting! You can expect this champion to be joining the game this year, sometime around September, and of course, there will be updates along the way.